this room beautiful?
3, 2, 1.
Ryan, episode 3 in season 1 was very popular with kids. As the creator, the executive producer, and the head writer of The Chosen, what did that give you an idea of doing in the future when you found out that it was so popular?
That's a great question. And that was really the start of the Chosen Adventures. You know, Dallas and Daryl and I were at an Airbnb not 10 minutes from here, where we are right now. Although this wasn't built, we were remarking with some surprise that we were hearing back from families who were telling us their kids were pressing play on episode 103. We had never intended that. It was just sort of a way to break from the story for a moment and allow Jesus to almost talk to camera as he's talking to these kids about his beliefs, what, new ideas he was going to teach the world, and to also show his humanity and love for children. We intended that fully to be, just the kids were just kind of a surrogate audience for us. But families told us, no, our kids are pushing play, and we find ourselves coming in, watching over their shoulders, just like the kids maybe had done for the other 7 episodes that season. And we thought about what we wished we had had as kids ourselves, a show that sort of, followed us around as we were being normal kids, but who went to church and who believed in scripture, but who didn't always measure up, whether it was we got bored in church, or we didn't listen to the rules, or we had our own ideas about how things should be done, or maybe we didn't handle ourselves at our best with our peers, And we wanted to hear what that world would be like for those kids after that day when they went out to their play space and met the creator of the universe.
The Chosen Adventures that you have now, the animated version, is saying it's seeing everything in the eyes of children, the two 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
So you also mentioned in an interview that the success of The Chosen is because of a different way of storytelling. Because there have been a lot of stories about Jesus, but the way you present it is that it comes from the people who lived in that moment, in that time. So it's so unique. And you said we're not responsible. That's that's actually a good take. So tell us more about this.
Well, in that same way that, we're letting play the story of Jesus and his ministry. We're not altering that story at all. But we're sort of positioning the camera on the shoulders of people who were there and who were very much impacted by the things that Jesus did. So the truth of the gospel gets to play out unhindered by our own dramatic need for telling stories on TV. We follow the characters who would have been there. So in the same way, Abby and Joshua were these 2 little kids who went out to their play space in our story and who encountered Jesus out there. After learning he was funny and relatable and a great teacher and fun to hang around with, they started to tell their friends, and all of a sudden 2 kids turned into 10 kids. And so what we imagined was, what is their life like now? They've got access to the creator of the universe. When they encounter things that all of us encountered as kids, and especially church-going kids, what if we had Jesus in the flesh to lean on for a lesson? Well, we all have Jesus to lean on for lessons. But, in our show, it's very literal. They can literally go to the field and ask him a question. So, we're using the same approach where we're trying to infuse these stories with our own lived-in experiences and make it feel like, wherever I'm from in the world, if I've been a kid, I probably encountered something like this. The great magical part of the show is not that we have Jesus, because we all have Jesus. It's that we have a sheep and a pigeon who are commenting on everything. And that gave us the opportunity to expand the Chosen family and bring in Paul Walter Hauser and Yvonne Orji, who are just brilliant comedians and writers themselves. And they've added immeasurably to what the show is. And we think it's a great experience for kids and their parents to watch.
And it's a good invitation to have an enjoyable walk with Jesus.
That's
Who
it.
would not say yes to that?
That's it. We love it. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.